Welcome to Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast, where we bring you news, notes, and more to help you win your championship fantasy football league. Stay tuned and listen in for the great information we have for you today. Hello and welcome to another episode of Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jared,
Corey,
and Scott.
Hey, so we're going to bring you a Week 3 recap of the games. So we do it different than everybody else. Everybody does the recap right after the games. On one Sunday they'll do a Monday recap and then do the Monday night recap Tuesday and Thursday, Friday, blah, blah, blah. We're just going to do it all in one sitting.
Yeah.
So
Can you believe it's already past week 3 now?
it is. We're going off of Week 3 and into Week 4.
Wow.
well, some bye weeks start soon. Oh gosh.
I know, already.
Some people are coming back from suspensions and
Hey,
opportunities are changing right now. So.
it would have been flipping.
Would have been in.
If they would have just rescheduled the first game, Doug Martin would be coming back this week. I'd be so stoked. I would have the dirtiest lineup right now.
They should have just let him come back because that's stupid.
Because it's not his fault. Like what? I mean,
Yeah, it kind of is if you're gonna do some stupid things. But
PEDs. Hey, but you can punch a woman, pull her hoo-ha out,
True.
and get in a fight with the club, and still
True.
let the government get your back.
Same thing with Jarvis Landry with the domestic violence with that. But it's okay, you know,
Don't
like
do that.
that's definitely okay. But you know, if you do a little bit of PED, you're done. You're done. But
You guys good now? You guys okay?
Does that say
trying to get that out.
Pittsburgh's wide receiver, Boswell?
I don't know. Not really worried about
I
it.
think they messed up. But anyway.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking about putting him in.
Jared Goff?
I might pick him up, but he has a tough matchup.
Yeah, I was like...
It's against Dallas, but
No, that's not it. If Carson Palmer can torch them a little bit...
yeah, but Carson Palmer's been in the league for much longer.
They play the
True
same.
that.
I'm just kidding.
He's been in the league much longer.
Just a little bit, man. We talk about much. Like a year more. I'm just kidding.
Alright. So let's go to the Thursday night game.
That
Phenomenal.
was
there.
fun.
Second best game of the weekend.
Did not expect that. Oh my gosh, no, the whole weekend was amazing.
Oh, so many great games.
So many coming down to the last second and just...
So many upsets.
I remember me and Jared were at the bar watching it, and sports bar. But we were there and we were like doing 360s left and right because we're just like, which TV do we need to watch? Which one do we watch? There's so many going on. It was
Well,
absolutely
Thursday
fun.
night wasn't hard to watch. So Thursday night was pretty easy.
that was fun.
There was one.
I was at work.
Haha.
Dang, Bill.
So,
You guys gotta help us out here, man.
right? So, anyway, the Rams pull off a win, 41-39. And it was crazy. You look like you're zoning out right there.
Because it was about to start playing an ad, so I was a little worried. Noise was gonna come up on this.
Don't worry about it. Just focus on what we're doing here.
No, I'm trying to make sure things are good.
Everything is A-okay. I'm way ahead of you.
I was a little worried about Carlos Hyde in the beginning.
Yeah, he wasn't doing anything at all, and
Not
then
just that, I got questionable coming over here to
Oh, he
watch the
was-
game with him, and I hear on the radio that he's already questionable. I'm like, are you serious? Starting off my week with a questionable player. Awesome.
And then he gets injured in the game in the first quarter, takes a little hip injury, but comes back and not a great yards per carry, but goes what was it, 25 carries, 84 yards, and 2 scores though, so you'll be happy with the end results.
Yep.
So
End results.
yeah.
and we don't care about the yards per carry as long as he's getting the yards.
As long as he's
All
getting
the
the
numbers
yards
are up
or
there,
the touchdowns
so- Yep.
or getting receptions. 'Cause that's why I love PPR. That's my favorite.
PPR is the best. Though.
Yeah, he also locked up 3 catches for 10 yards. Not great as far as like the yardage, but yeah, you're just getting catches.
4
PPR,
points
like you
on
said.
catches.
Yep, no, that's fine. Just adds to the stats. Another running back that took off.
Ooh, Todd Gurley, bro.
Todd Gurley, great.
Off.
Yep. Again, not a great yard to carry, but 28 carries, 113 yards, and 2 scores. And he also did some damage in the air, 5 for 36 in the score.
3 touchdowns.
Real deal.
3.
That's why I'm thinking about putting Jared Goff in.
You know, it's nice to have such a...
Yeah, I drafted him 8th overall last year. Didn't do anything. This year he goes in like the 4th round. Goes off.
Right. I'll play his
like not great. He's not a great running back right now, but he's great at the situation he's been put in.
He is. But it was good to see quarterbacks that you don't expect to go off actually play well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Hoyer played well.
Jared Goff
went off, which affected the receivers. Instead of San Francisco's receivers, Pierre Garçon 142 on 7 receptions, so had a very good day. He was looking good out there. If you have Pierre, I mean, he's a beautiful person to put in your flex, or maybe the number 2 depending on the matchups.
Yeah,
in a PPR league anyway.
PPR definitely.
So,
think about him in the flex or wide receiver.
Yeah, flex or wide receiver 2 and standard, maybe just as flex. So
we did say on a previous podcast when it was the NFC West one, we were talking about how Pierre Garçon, the last time he was with Kyle Shanahan, I don't know, like 180 targets. 180, yeah.
180 is what it was.
180 targets.
The Shanahan offense, because the Shanahan offense, the number 1 receiver gets peppered.
Yeah.
And that is what it was.
Which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, everybody else, what do you guys think about the receivers? I mean, we're looking at stats here. We got 2 for 62, 1 for 34 for a bunch of people.
And that's a freaking
Marquise Dillon, maybe, but yeah, not much other there than Pierre Garçon. You can just leave it at that.
On the other side.
And the other side's a little different. Robert Woods went 6 for 108. So, you know, and keep an eye on that because he's getting some chemistry with Goff going. Last game, it wasn't obviously that good, but played well, was getting targets. Sammy Watkins now finally showed up. 6 for 106, but with 2 scores.
I dropped him the day before. Cause like, you know, he's not gonna do anything. They're not giving him any love. It's been 2 weeks, and then I dropped him for Rashard Matthews, which wasn't a bad pickup because he got 14 points. Yeah, he got 14.7. I mean, he got 28 though, so or 22 in standard, 28 in PPR.
Right.
But still,
it is what it is, man.
Kind of hurts, you know. Right here, you're kind of like.
I wouldn't have started him though. I would have this week.
Yeah. Hey, you make those decisions, man. That's
exactly. That's fine. I'll make up for it in other areas. I got Mike Evans. It's all good.
True. Yep. No worries there.
What really screws me is Kelvin Benjamin going down, but we'll get to that. This is the next game we go into right here.
Hold on 1 second. Let me roll that out here.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry, Jared. Do you even want to talk about this, or do you want us to just talk about it?
I wouldn't mind talking about it if it wasn't at 6:30 in the morning. I had to watch this nonsense happen.
Oh gosh.
So we got the Ravens and the Jaguars, and what should have been a football game, but was an exhibition match, and one that the Jaguars took real serious, and the Ravens for how to play football. Might not know next week either. We'll see what happens. But they had to bench Joe Flacco coming in the 4th quarter because he was playing so bad.
How
the
bad?
offensive line was playing so bad.
How bad is he?
I don't know, just so bad.
Look at his stats.
I don't need to look at stats. People don't want to hear this. They want to hear 8 for 18, 28 yards, 2 picks. They don't want to hear that stuff. 0.5 QBR.
Well, they just
0.5 QBR, people.
That was terrible.
Oh.
There are 3rd graders that can throw better than that.
I can throw better.
No.
Damn it.
You would end up with a 0.4. But
try.
Blake Bortles, on the other hand, looked like a genius out there.
Yes, he did. Wow.
20 for 31, 244, and 4 touchdowns.
Surgeon.
0 picks. I mean, letting Mercedes Lewis.
3 touchdowns.
Who?
That old.
Mercedes Lewis, bro. I thought Julius.
Been there since David Garrard. Like,
He
come
has
on.
Do you think Mercedes?
He
Lewis-
has. Oh my gosh.
Do you think Mercedes Lewis actually has Mercedes in his license plate? Says
He
Lewis?
probably has. No, he probably has a BMW.
And it says Mercedes.
Yeah.
Oh man, but he went 4 for 62 and 3 touchdowns. Look, don't go racing for him.
No.
Until you see it again. This is more of an anomaly than anything.
Dude, he literally gets like 2 freaking passes to him. Pardon my French, I apologize. He only gets like 2 passes a game. 2 catches a game, I should say. My bad.
Perfect.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
Alright,
See when I gotta do that.
nothing.
But then Marquise Lee played fairly well, 4 for 65, so he was getting looks. He had 7 targets, so still being looked at out there. Leonard Fournette's getting involved in the passing game again, 3 for 21 on 4 targets. And then obviously he's didn't rush great, but 17 for 59 yards, still gets a score. Always finds his way to the end zone. So the
All
usual.
those, the special team drops and all that kind of stuff puts him in the, scoring position.
So anybody for Baltimore who had like Alex Collins, Terrence West, and Javarius Allen, kind of a
glad I put Terrence West in the bench. So
it was not a good performance. Alex Collins, for anybody who has West, I mean, he could be getting more in the workload. He could be taking some carries away, maybe 5-6 a game.
He got 64 of those though on the last drive.
Yeah. Again, it was a garbage time, so you gotta take that with a grain of salt. Like, it was garbage time where he's getting his work. So
I mean, but he still had like 3 15-yard runs on that drive. On the last 2 or 3 drives, I think it was.
Against the third string.
Yeah.
There was no starters left in there. The last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
there was
they
like
took
nobody
him out.
left.
They took him out.
Why wouldn't they?
They were up by
Why would you leave him in? That's the kind of game where you give your young people some experience.
And don't go running for Collins either.
No.
Wait a few more weeks.
Who threw the touchdown for Baltimore?
It's similar to a hammer.
Scott thinks he's clever or something, but he just sits there and just makes comments. And he has no information. Useless.
I know, right?
Oh gosh.
Dang, I don't know who threw that touchdown.
It's fine.
I need some knowledge coming from your way.
Ooh, this game was
Get your
pretty
own
good.
knowledge.
Oh, salty.
Bills. Broncos.
This one was a good one.
See what happens when you don't play C.J. Anderson more than the other guy? You get beat.
Yep.
Trevor Siemian
2
came down to earth.
24 for 40, 259, and 2 picks.
Came down to earth.
That made me
Yeah,
mad,
it is.
dude. I was like,
That was
dude.
poor.
I mean, Buffalo's defense is good. Don't get me wrong.
Yep. They came back to play a little bit. Tyrod Taylor came back to play 20 for 26, 2
Dude,
13,
Tyrod is one of the
scores.
most underrated freaking quarterbacks in fantasy. And he always finishes top 13. It's because he gets those rushing yards, man. I don't know. I think that he's phenomenal, but...
I don't know about phenomenal, but he's better than people give him credit for.
That's what I meant.
He's like a Russell Wilson. They
Compared
start off slow, and then all of a sudden they have a breakout season at the end.
He just has to get used to his receivers right now. Like, he threw a touchdown that was right into the hands of Zay Jones. Smacked him right on the hands. Flew in the air. Then freaking, somebody else caught it. I don't remember who it was.
We've been seeing a lot of those in the bread baskets
It
drop.
was
It was
Holmes.
Holmes, yeah. Dude, he hit Zay Jones right in the hands and he dropped it.
Charles Clay, you can keep playing around with those.
Charles
6 for 6,
Clay.
39 and a touch. So if you're in PPR, you're
Dude,
happy
he
about
keeps,
that.
like, man.
Charles Clay is like Tyrone Taylor's like favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Samuel Watkins was there, it still went to Clay because he's a big guy.
He
McCoy
gets hurt. Yeah.
He
A
does.
lot.
McCoy owners, don't worry.
Yeah, it was one game versus one of the best defenses.
Still had 7 receptions and 48 yards. So
Yeah, so you got saved right there.
Saved in the passing game.
So instead of 2 points, he had freaking 13.8, almost 14.
Yeah.
Which isn't too bad.
Nope.
I don't know.
Going to Denver side, Demaryius Thomas 6 for 98, Emmanuel Sanders 7 for 75 on 15 targets though.
Should have gotten a little more.
So it's getting looked at a
Yeah.
lot.
Dude, Emmanuel, dude, it's his
I'm
favorite.
glad I have him in one of the
Same,
leagues.
dude. I was so stoked I picked him over Thomas. You guys saw that too.
Demarius Thomas got the yards though, so
He always does. He's good with that.
Freaked Jared out a little bit. He came up limping on the sideline after our play, and Jared was like, "Oh no, you're good, you're good, you're good,
You're okay.
good. Yeah, you're good."
So what happened in the Vikings game?
Yeah.
We'll get to that. That scared me. Ooh.
we'll wait till we get to those games. We'll get to talking about that.
Ooh, I was like, about
But-
So expect a bounce back from CJ Anderson against Oakland's looking pitiful defense of last week anyway. So
Yeah, I know. Thanks. But it's okay. I mean, it's good to see that Denver lost. They came down to earth, and they're not gonna.
yeah.
The only one that we got to worry about is KC. KC's defense is actually, I think, better than Denver's defense. So
It could be.
without Eric Berry, I don't
They
think
could do
so.
it.
Even without them, they're still.
they're still putting up points.
You
man.
can't give them credit for picking off Rivers when Rivers isn't even that great of a quarterback.
He is a better quarterback. We always talk about how much he is undervalued a lot.
He is, but he's also he doesn't get many yards. Like recently, I
That game
should say.
stalled in the second half, man.
Yeah, that was more anomaly.
Well, when you lose your best player for like half the game,
that was more anomaly than anything.
because Melvin Gordon got hurt.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, what doesn't
He's
suck
fine now, though.
Right. What doesn't suck in this Steelers and Bears game is anybody that has Jordan Howard was pretty happy with what happened out of here.
Yeah.
23 carries, 138, 2 scores, the game-winning score. You know, after Tariq Cohen's score got called back, he went and he took it upon himself to finish the game off.
Very true.
Right, but what you don't like is the receivers for Chicago were basically,
Non-existent.
I mean,
Credit that
Oh, my goodness.
credit that
Nobody.
Chicago won this game, but it was fairly like Chicago kind of let the Steelers back in the game. They had a well commanding lead, and
Yeah, they were up
Kinda.
17-7.
yeah, they kind of let them come back and kind of tie the game to go into overtime. But I mean, if it wasn't for Jordan Howard's like big run in overtime, honestly, like Cohen could still take over his spot.
He's
But-
so Cohen
Howard-
has
but I think they realized in this game too, the important thing
Yeah.
is to use Tariq Cohen more as a Chris Thompson role.
yeah,
I think this is
Yeah.
what they understand.
5'8".
Yeah,
He's a-
to give a spell to Jordan Howard and take him and give just breaks or on third downs like, hey, this is where your shine is.
Yep.
Go and do your thing.
Yep.
So Jordan Howard, barring no injuries, is the 1-2 back. Maybe 3 every once in a while, depending on if it's hurry up and they can't get Cohen out, then they'll run with him.
Right.
And obviously, he can catch still. He was the leading receiver, 5 for 26. You know, so 5 receptions, 26 yards. And the leading receiver, and then Tariq Cohen was number 2.
Yeah.
So,
4 for 24.
yep.
It's nice. It's nice to see the Steelers lose, and in overtime
is.
fashion too. It was great. It was great to watch. It was one of those games where we had to like look around and be like, "Oh my gosh, which one to watch? Which one to watch?" And we just so happened to watch that one and watch Jordan Howard go in.
It's because
Okay.
Le'Veon's not doing too great. I mean, he didn't have a bad game this game. It's just.
For what you were saying off camera, that the stats don't lie with Ben Roethlisberger.
I mean, Ben didn't have a bad game yesterday. I mean, he did. He had like 17 or 20 incompletions. Friggin' 17.
But
1 touchdown and a pick.
Brian,
And no pick, sorry.
Brian really didn't go off, did he? As much as like, we all think he.
Martavis Bryant?
Yeah.
Nope, it's basically been the Brown show mostly. Martavis Bryant, though, when you look at it, so it's Brown week 1, Bryant week 2, when Brown was getting covered up by Rhodes,
Yeah.
and then it went
True.
back to Brown.
True.
So
they
we'll
kinda
see.
let-
So once
He
they
still
start
had
covering,
8 targets, though.
he did.
That's what you gotta see.
But again, they're
And he
still
dropped a sure touchdown.
That's true. He's still getting the rhythm, still figuring his life out. The alien will get back, and he'll be nasty. You have the speed like he does, and the ability to take the top off the
You're
defense.
that tall and
Yeah.
that fast.
And you got Antonio Brown drawing bracket coverage over there. So,
Well, they double coverage.
It's a matter of time, huh?
Triple
I mean,
coverage.
The alien will get his, and he'll be just fine.
Oh yeah.
So you got your same. It's just the same 2 people, same 3 people on that team that are fantasy relevant. That never changes with the Steelers.
Glennon
You
still
same
sucks.
3 people. That's it.
I'm so glad though that I just got Martavis Bryant, and you just got Keenan Allen.
True that. True that. Hold on one moment, folks. Hold up the next.
I wasn't dabbing.
I just want.
What are you doing?
I wasn't dabbing. That's how I sneeze.
Network weirdness. Moving on. Oh hey, go ahead, take your time. Bless you.
I'm good. I'm great.
You're crying. Looks a little sad over there.
I am crying.
This end of the game. Well,
I'm happy that they're tied with us, but it's not fair.
it's not. But to be honest, this game was actually really fun to watch. It was back and forth, especially in the fourth quarter. It was really, really fun to watch. Golden Tate, we all know that. Sure, touchdown. That should have been a touchdown, but
The only
Russ
way I
wanted to
see
change that,
the worst part about that is they forced a 10-second runoff.
which was BS.
A 10.
It is in the rules, but it's in such a situation, it's really
It's like it's not their fault. You called it a touchdown.
Right.
It's like what? Give
They should
them,
take
let
that
them
rule
line
out.
back up, and then run the clock. It should be like a
They should-
3-second run.
They should
Run
take
off.
that time. Then they should take that rule out. If Detroit had an extra timeout, they should have been like, okay, do you want to use your timeout? Because we had stopped the play to check to see if it was a touchdown. I mean, they should just take that rule out because that's just it's not fair. You'd be able to.
this will be one of the rules in the off season that will be looked at. That's what happens when moments like this come about.
Right.
They'll take time to look at all the games and all the situations that happen, and they'll talk about them in the off season and figure out what the best solution will be.
Right.
They need to put a chip in the ball that just lets, and like something in the goal line that lets you know if it actually hit the goal
Too
line.
bad hacker will just.
He's like 5 yards short. Touchdown, run!
That's the problem with putting technology in there is people would love to mess with it. So,
Throws a pick.
but we'll start with let's go to the Falcons side. We'll start with them first. Matt Ryan, 24 for 35, 294, 2 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions.
Oh, and they were not pretty.
Not good. One was a return for a touchdown, so.
Yeah. No, like I said,
Pick 6.
this game was really exciting to watch. There's always something going
There
on.
was a lot of back and forth. There was defense played. There was offense played. It was good to see.
You and all of us actually have mad respect for Matt Stafford.
Yeah,
Stafford.
he got paid
Exactly.
his big contract, but still went to go ball out. You didn't get complacent like Joe Flacco. He went and he balled out. Him and Derek Carr are 2 guys that I respect because they keep sacrificing their bodies on plays and making runs, trying to get the first down.
Right.
They're playing up to their contract and not just getting their contract and coasting to the finish line.
So like, oh, it's cool.
So, but going back,
That was cute. That was cute.
going back to the Falcons, Devontae Freeman, classic day, another day in the neighborhood, 21 for 106 and a touchdown. Doing his normal doolies, and then Julio Jones, again doing his normal thing, 791, no touchdown, which again is a normal thing. Never gets touchdown.
He's gonna have his time. I can see it happening one of these weeks.
Well, they said
They get their good matchups. They're gonna just pepper him.
They gotta get. They don't know why they don't just throw it up to him in the red zone.
I don't know why not either.
Doesn't
I
make
mean,
any
he's already
sense.
like what 6'8".
No.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Oh,
He's
I
like
thought you were like what?
no. He's like
6'3", 6'4".
14'7".
yeah. He's like
Closeness.
he literally towers over his defenders, and I just don't know why. Like Larry Fitzgerald, throw it up and see what he can
Oh,
do.
dude, he mossed that dude.
He did. He did.
We'll just show him.
So the touchdown went to Gabriel and Mohamed Sanu. So if you played them, you were probably a little bit happy.
Sanu should get more. Sanu should get more love.
In a high-power offense, you'd think that they would get more, but they use the backs a lot and they pass to them. So I mean, Coleman got 3 for 43, and Devontae Freeman got 3 for 32. So they use them in that.
God, if Tevin Coleman was on a different team, he would be a starter.
He would.
Yeah, easily.
He'll go
He's going to the Colts.
Dude,
Take Frank Gore out.
He'd be good. He's gonna be good.
You know
He's
what
got
I mean?
the size, the
Or
speed.
even the Giants. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Giants could use him. Right
I mean, I'm just throwing
Giants
these
use him.
memes out.
We'll see what the offseason. We'll see what trades come out throughout the season when
Ooh,
teams
that's
get
gonna be
injured.
exciting.
We'll just see. You never know.
This year.
Yeah, you never know. So we'll go to the Detroit side. Matt Stafford, 1 touchdown, 264 yards, went 25 or 45. So not an efficient day by any means.
One
but
touchdown.
He almost got the job done.
he did.
Should've
If
been
it wasn't for that
touchdowns.
call, he would have gotten the job done. He would have thrown another touchdown, and that stat would have had another
It
touchdown.
would have looked different. Yeah, the end result would have looked different.
But
That made me so mad. I was like, "Are you serious, yo?" Because I could
even
have.
in your own division, and you got mad. Like that shows like how much respect you have for Stafford and for how he's been playing. I mean, that should have been a touchdown. I guarantee you, everybody who's listening right now. I know. I'm agreeing
Yes.
with you. I know. It's okay. It's okay.
If I would have played Thielen over Benjamin, I would have won. If that touchdown counted, so I feel like life knew that was gonna happen. So God was like, "Nah, bro, you're gonna get a big loss instead of a loss because the
Don't-
referees."
Don't be a 0.9 point loss.
Oh, that would hurt. I would rather get beat by 40 than lose by 0.9.
Those are the worst.
Especially when your best player dropped a pass.
Or Eli Manning can,
Odell.
bro.
Oh, the other dropped that. So
He did drop it.
anybody who had Golden Tate though was happy, except for they would have been happier with the goal line touchdown.
Yep.
That would have won the game, but so be it. He had someone for 53 and a touchdown, so you're happy with that, and he's getting the looks.
He's,
But you're really happy if you had Matt Prater, who was 4 for 4 on his field goals, and a couple of 50 yarders.
50 yarders. And he got like people like 20 points in fantasy.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
It's not fair.
So yeah, I mean,
I lost to somebody with Matt Prater.
yep, Matt Prater basically carrying squads right now. So
Him? No.
Do you have Matt Prater in that league?
No.
That was
and Matt Bryant.
it was the
Every
standard
other
league.
Matt probably was.
Yeah, or you can have, Justin Tucker on your team and you only get 1 point.
He didn't even get a field goal attempt.
Didn't even try.
It was not good. Look, none of that was good.
It's just for some reason
They'll have a
they got
bounce back
lineman
week. They're gonna play against Pittsburgh,
home
and it's gonna
versus
be at
Pittsburgh.
home.
And their
Yeah.
defense is gonna smack them.
They're gonna be pissed off. I can see it happening.
I'm starting Latavius Bryant though.
Oh, this game ended up being in the second
It
half.
started to be fun.
Yeah,
What?
it started to be a little interesting.
I know it's not loading up the stats properly, but it's
It
showing it
shows-
down here.
Yeah,
So
that's weird.
word. So Cleveland, Sean Kaiser.
They're coming back. They almost had it.
They did. That is true. They
His
did. They
stats-
rallied towards the end.
His stats might hurt a little bit,
They don't look
But-
great.
but look at the score.
Wow. They don't look great.
But look at the score. I mean, he came back.
Yeah.
I mean,
2
maybe
touchdowns, 3
Duke Johnson
interceptions.
kind of helped out a little bit.
Maybe
but
they
I
should
mean,
start running him more.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
thinking
They
about
need to start
playing him
running
in.
and passing him more. They need to do both. So, speaking of, we'll go through stats real quick. Sean Kaiser, 22 for 47, 242, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks.
So he threw more picks than touchdowns.
Yeah, kind of the theme of the week though. When you think about
When you
it.
play for the Browns and you got 0 receivers, you're gonna throw picks.
Oh, they got Kenny Britt. He scored a touchdown. 3 for 54. He showed
Kenny
up a little bit.
Britt plays
Yo,
exactly
he
like.
jogged down the field today instead of walked though. That's pretty good. You know, he picked up the pace a little bit.
What rhymes with Britt because he plays just like that.
That's funny.
You guys can get that one. If you can't, I'm not gonna say it.
Legit.
Shit.
Oh, okay.
I'm
No,
telling
that
you,
was
it.
that makes more sense. But Duke Johnson, for everybody who's been waiting on Duke Johnson forever, 6 for 81 in the receiving game. He got 2 for 23 in the rushing game with a score.
That's a 16.4 points.
No, on mine on PPR it's 22.
Yeah, 22 with PPR.
Oh, he scored. My bad. I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
Wow, you even said it. Yeah, you don't even listen
Yeah,
to him.
no, I don't listen to him at all.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, who's talking?
Oh
I was like,
but the rookie, David Njoku, got his touchdown.
Njoku, the freaking tight end.
Yeah,
boy. He keeps getting love.
Yeah, he's getting some love out there anyway. Switching over, Jacoby Brissett actually learned to play a little football, so that's good.
Behind Tom Brady.
17 for 24, 243, 1 touchdown.
Not too bad.
No, just kind of managing the game.
Still getting acclimated to his team. So, he gave T.Y. Hilton some love, though.
Yeah, he did. Or T.Y. kind of gave him the love.
Yeah, so 153 of his 243 yards went to T.Y. Hilton.
How many yards?
One score.
How many yards?
153 yards for T.Y.
Oh my God. That's almost literally running from one end zone to the end zone and back.
Sorry, you'll see an even better stat line soon.
Oh, okay. All right. You throw me that stat at me. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Frank Gore, 25 carries, 57 yards, and
a touchdown. Hey, that 2.3 yards per carry, though, baby.
Doo-doo. That's all you need to know.
That's 11 points. That's all I know.
Yeah, it got there at the end, don't get me wrong. But overall, you're not really looking for much other than T.Y. Hilton on the Colts. You know, Dante Moncrief, you could probably just set him aside on the bench. At some point in time,
we did call that. We did call that.
He did drop. I think it was a bad drop too.
Yeah, he's not.
Remember when we did the podcast without him, and then he freaking drafted Moncrief this day after?
Oh, that was a mock draft, though, right?
No, that was actual draft, wasn't it?
No, it was a mock draft. No, it was a mock draft.
Cool.
I wasn't gonna do that.
Still embarrassing, Scott. Still embarrassing.
Hey,
Corey, take it away.
I'm gonna take the lead on this one.
Start with this one, because then
we're gonna go to the bad part. Now, Jameis Winston, 28 completions out of 40 attempts, 328 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 picks. He had no help from the run game, though, because Jacquizz Rodgers is not good.
Garbage.
He's not garbage, but he played like garbage. And then you got Deshaun Jackson, who was the only bright spot of that team, fantasy-wise, with 4 catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown. And Mike Evans got shut down by Xavier Rhodes, the best corner in the game, coverage corner. Scroll down, please. Oh my gosh. Just a little bit. He doesn't want me to have stats. He just wants me to talk out of my butt.
I expect you to know these stats. This is your team, your game.
I don't care about their stats. I know my stats. And then we got Adam Humphries, 6 catches, 68 yards. Who starts him? Nobody. Mike Evans, 7 catches, 67 yards. So PPR, he got you a little bit of he got you a good game. 4 of those catches were not against Rhodes, which is cool. You got Cameron Brate, who continuously keeps going. He's doing his thing. Got another touchdown. He keeps getting some love, I should say. Not another touchdown, but he keeps getting targeted. And let's screw them. Let's just go to the next one. Case Keenum, who you probably do not have.
No.
Definitely do not have.
I started him in every league.
Yeah, he did. He's the smartest player. I'm just kidding. 3 touchdowns, 369 yards, and he only had 8 incompletions, 25 for 33. My favorite part, Dalvin Cook got his first touchdown of his
scary
career.
moment though.
Oh God, when he went down, I was like, Jesus, don't take down another player. Yeah. Don't you dare take another player from me. And yeah, the yards per carry weren't great. 27 carries, 97 yards, a touchdown, 3.6 yards per carry, but he did some work in the passing game with 5 catches, 72 yards. 40 of those went on like the last play. Not the last play, but the last like 2 drives. The best part of the day, though, is the up-and-coming #1 receiver in the NFL, baby. You got Stephon Diggs, buddy. 8 catches, 173 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
New Randy Moss?
New Randy Moss. He's mossing people. He's a short Moss, though, but he's got...
Plays like he's big.
He plays like he's 6'3", man.
That's great.
And he catches everything, basically.
But, yeah.
Adam Thielen also, great.
Yep, 5 for 98. Excellent job. And Dalvin Cook, 5 for 72. So, he's everywhere. Everywhere.
Oh, my God.
Him and freaking Kareem Hunt, the only 2 running back, only 2 players. I mean, Leonard Fournette, yeah, but I think that him and
Leonard Fournette
Hunt,
doesn't really have a great quarterback
oh.
to have. Case Keenum is better than Blake Bortles.
Look, this running
No,
back.
he's not. No, he is not.
Hold on.
Blake Bortles is pretty damn bad.
He is terrible.
He's pretty bad. This running back class, though, is great.
He's phenomenal. It's one of the best running back classes in
Yeah.
history.
It's great. It's great to watch.
You got 3 running backs that
Finally.
could be like Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
I know that's crazy to say right now, but like they are showing.
You know,
They're dual threats.
yes, that too. But then you also have to realize that if a rookie comes in to your team and puts up a better rookie start,
Then
Then
one of the
AP.
greatest running backs ever.
then you know
He's
he's
the
going
truth.
down as a good player.
He's
You just know.
He's already
being put-
broken his records. I mean, I hope he breaks that
Easily.
1 game record where he gets 200 and like
No,
probably
he's-
300 yards.
Dalvin Cook
I'd
this
like
year.
300.
Dalvin Cook
He'll
this
get
year is going to be a David Johnson.
Oh, dude, that's why I wanted to pick him. But
He is absolutely going to be a David Johnson this year.
Dalvin Cook.
Easily.
and-
Easily.
if he gets more receptions,
Yes.
like he did, he caught every target.
Later on.
Him and Kareem Hunt both are crazy.
Kareem Hunt.
Yes. Oh my
Crazy.
gosh.
We'll talk about them
people
later.
have both of them, which pisses me off.
Word. So, but yeah, the Vikings played well. It's good to see them play well. Congrats to them. Playing through adversity. That's the biggest thing.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.